Oh, boy, what a heat. I tell you what, Tremblay, Hibbert, Cam, Ellis, but the big development is Ross Martin having problems and taking a big auger just before the finish line. Here's your next heat, Emma Lohm and Robbie Malinowski. Malinowski's running extremely well today. Zach Patton, Ian Hayden, Kaufman, Lavallee, LePage, Dave Allard, and Kobe Crapo. And again out front, that number 4 plated Skidoo, Robbie Malinowski takes the hole shot.
Yeah, Malinowski, a great start. Who is that in second?
That's Lavallee.
Yeah, that's Lavallee. Good to see him back in the mix, Mike.
Levi right behind him.
I have not been much of a social media, not a Twitter person, but Levi Lavallee did a tweet last night. He said, yesterday I was riding like a dork. That was his, I'm going to change it today.
Interesting.
And so let's see if, he had a little bump over there. Lavallee got bumped.
Sure did. And that's Oman now moving into second. Lavallee into third. And is that Kaufman?
That's Kaufman behind him. It's some real technical jargon there. I was riding like a dork. Yeah. Levi's struggling a little bit here as Garth's giving him a run for the money down into the corner. And another big rider out of Driggs, Idaho, as you watch him take the turn. Boy, there's 4 of them just back to back headed up the hill. Here comes your race leader down the hill, and you see some of the sleds behind him. Here's Lavallee slotting into 4th place. Crapo and Zach Patton. Bobby LePage coming across. Meanwhile, we go back up on the monitor and watch that battle as they go up the back part of the racetrack. Look at Garth on that Michelob Golden Draft Light sled.
Yeah, working it with Lavallee right behind him on the Mystic Lubricants ride. That's his team. And Lavallee trying to make a move there. They touch a little bit. Going up the hill. Lavallee trying to make some moves here.
There's Lavallee. Slowly bump. Just a little.
Levi hasn't been afraid to bump all weekend, has he?
No.
Oh, man, I thought he was going to take a digger there.
That hole is getting really deep, Mike, and it's changing things.
Oh, nice inside.
He looks over. Oh, that was Kaufman, actually.
Kaufman took the move on Lavallee in that far corner where we've been seeing us.
Levi likes this uphill, though.
Levi's going right back at him again.
Wow.
And this is worth the price of admission right
here. There we go. We got a race going on.
And that's just the 3rd and 4th.
I just saw a black flag.
Well, it's for Garth Kaufman, and the reason for the black flag, you'll notice the side panel off of his sled. Now, if it was the other side panel, he'd be fine.
Gotcha.
But it's on the clutch side,
gotcha.
So it's an exposed safety hazard.
Yeah, I think it's
That's the reason. That's the reason. If this side, the right side of the sled, if that panel came off, then he would be fine. But because of its clutch, it's a safety issue, and that's why.
You've got to feel for Garth Kaufman. This is the best he's been all weekend.
And they're bumping him around. He's taking out flags.
And he goes, well, it was a Polaris I'm battling. I might as well take out one of their flags.
Interesting. All right, so it's still Malinowski.
Yeah, through all this discussion, Malinowski is putting on quite a performance.
Yeah, 2.7 second lead over Emil Oman. Zach Patton, Ian Hayden in 4th.
And Malinowski just about ready to start lapping some sleds.
What's going on with LePage?
You know, I'm watching him. He's moved up to 6th, and of course, Crapo's having problems. I see Lavallee is falling off the pace. Garth, we know, got black flag, but Bobby just, the last couple of years, has just struggled, and, it either was been a mechanical problem or whatever, but it's a tough break for the driver out of the Duluth area here.
One of the most likable guys you could ever meet. You just can't help but root for him, and such a good local story here. You're just hoping he'd get something good had happened for him this weekend.
Right.
Green flag, there you see our leader over the Amsoil finish line down in the corner. That sled right behind him, that is the...
Well, doesn't black flag need to pull off?
Well, yeah, it's supposed to, and I would venture a guess that Mr. Kaufman is probably going to get a visit from Jesse Strager, our assistant race director, after this. Up there, I think Garth did pull off. White flag out, working on the last lap as we watch Robbie up to the top side of the racetrack. Rails around, comes down that Dodge Ram area and across the Amsoil finish line. Can you say about 4 seconds?
Yeah.
You look pretty solid.
4.6 to be
Solid
exact.
it was. Emma Lohman's going to come across in second. Zach Patton, Ian Hayden, Dave Willard will be your fifth place finisher. Lavallee, Crapo, LePage, and Garth Kaufman. I see they've got Robbie stopped right down there. Let's send it down again to Carly Applin.
It's getting a little chaotic down here, but we're going to work it out. Obviously, Robbie Malinowski joining me. Okay, take us through it. There's a lot going on out there, obviously. You're kind of running your own race. Tell us about that.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's a gnarly track. I mean, it's smaller than years in past, but I tell you what, there's a lot of sections out there that just can come out and bite you, and yeah, it's tough.
You heard it from Robbie, right from the mouth. Good luck tonight. See you guys up in the booth.
All right, thanks, Carly.
Yeah, I guess that's really the best way to describe it. If anybody would know, Robbie Malinowski's seen just about everything and raced on every condition and every track. And for him to sum it up that way, I think is about as concise as it gets.
You know what's interesting is he keeps putting himself in a good spot, and some things are happening.
Yeah,
out
there's
there.
no doubt he should be the #1 qualifier
Yeah,
today.
right.
So, guys, here's a big LCQ. This is the Pro Light 2 LCQ. 5 of these are going to go on to the final. The rest of them are done for the weekend. James Johnstead, Joey Sagan, Lemieux, Pat Node, Matt Pickner, Watkinson, Blanchard, Telfer, Wallenstein, Scott, and Carlson. It's kind of a who's who of Pro Light drivers. So 5 of them move on. Oh, are they bunched up down in that corner? Back up they go. It's Jake Scott, Johnstead, Pickner out of Owatonna on the Arctic Cat in third. Then Telfer and Leo Patnode. 5 of them move on, Mike. So Patnode is your bubble rider right now.
Yes, and we're seeing quite a bit of congestion at the top. We'll see if anybody can emerge and step out and take a bit of a lead. Certainly with Johnstead, we've seen him all weekend. He's been very impressive. Jake Scott as well, Pickner.
Yep, Scott's been able to move himself out front. So there comes Jake on that Loctite Mystic lubricant sled. Right behind him is James Johnstead on the 154 ride. Pickner still in third. Watkinson in fourth. And now Maxime Telfer is your bubble rider sitting in fifth place.
Scott out of Port Jefferson Station, New York. Riding, of course, the Polaris. We'll still try to get some report on what the condition of Ross Martin and the sled and all that down there on the backside. I'm curious to find out.
I would love to be a mouse in that trailer right now. Yeah, tough deal for him, but you know, these guys know it's all part of racing. So
Well, and Robbie Malinowski, we mentioned him. He's been beneficial to be in good opportunities. They ought to buy a lottery ticket on the way home. The way this opportunities have presented
I
themselves.
forgot to buy my ticket for last night. 350 million. I could start a race team.
Good luck with that one, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to see you dueling with the likes of Shearing and all those guys.
Well, watching those guys go up in turn 3. Oh, and somebody just, oh man, just kind of got parked, and then one of the drivers got winged a little bit.
Jake Scott remains our leader. 3-second lead on James Johnstead. Pickner in third, followed by Telfer, Watkinson, Lincoln Lemieux, and Kevin Wallenstein. Lincoln Lemieux's also been one we've been watching a lot of this weekend. During one of the practice runs earlier today, it seemed like something was not to his pleasure.
Checkered flag out. So these are the 5 drivers that are going to make it on to the final. Jake Scott, James Johnstead, Matt Pickner will be the number 13 qualifier. 14th qualifier will be Maxime Telfer, and the 5th qualifier will be Corey Watkinson. So
I believe Lincoln Lemieux just missing the LCQ. Wallenstein,
Yep.
Patton, Blanchard, Carlson, and Joey Sagan.
Yeah, Lemieux had quite a final last night, so not making the final today. Again, we raced about, 5 or 6 heats, so almost 50-plus drivers that are in that pro light class. So a tough field to work your way through.
Amsoil Championship Snowcross presented by Traxxas. Of course, this is the first stop of our national tour. Of course, the Duluth Nationals presented by Bully Dog. The snow now has stopped. The cross breeze on overcast skies here in the Duluth Superior Proctor area. Record crowds on hand. As we are live from Spirit Mountain in Duluth. Streaming all over the World Wide Web. Numbers into the hundreds of thousands of viewers since we've been on. We appreciate that. Not only here in the United States, but Canada, Sweden, Norway, parts of Russia. Russia becoming they've been interested in snowmobiles and snowcross for quite some time, but this particular sport increasing in the country of Russia as well.
Well, we've been told about a 3-minute grooming break while they're going to touch up the track. Coming up next is going to be the Pro-Am Women's Final. Then we're going to have the Pro Open, the Amsoil Pro Open LCQ. Following that, a couple of big finals, and that kind of wrapping the day up. A lot of great racing here. It'll be exciting to watch these finals in LCQ. That's all going to be coming your way in just a couple of moments from the Amsoil Duluth Nationals presented by Bully Dog. Right now, let's take and thank some of our great sponsors.
When I was little, I wanted to grow up and help people.
When I was young, I wanted to save lives.